Hello and welcome to the news update right here on VOP TV. My name is Esther Mwachuku. In a significant move starting from October 1, all international airlines operating out of Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, will be required to shift from the international terminal, which will be shut down for repairs, to the newly constructed terminal building. The Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, announced this development during a recent inspection tour of aviation facilities at the Lagos airport yesterday. Keyamo also outlined the forthcoming reforms within the aviation sector. He revealed that all initiatives previously initiated by his predecessor, Hadi Sirika, including the Niger Air project, have been temporarily suspended to facilitate a proper audit of contracts. Taking a hands-on approach, he personally assessed the airport's perimeter fence by taking a bus ride around the premises, emphasizing his commitment to enhancing aviation safety. Amidst ongoing controversy surrounding the establishment of Nigeria Air, Girma Wake resigned as chairman of Ethiopian Airlines in June. Captain Dapo Olumide, the interim managing director of Nigeria Air, clarified that the aircraft used to unveil the national carrier was legitimately chartered from Ethiopian Airlines. The aircraft was subsequently returned to Ethiopian Airlines after its unveiling on the final day of the Muhammadu Buhari administration in May. Nigeria's Senate and House of Representatives Committee on Aviation had both labeled the launch of Nigeria Air as a fraud. Meanwhile, the African Union's Peace and Security Council yesterday suspended Gabon, where soldiers took over government on Wednesday. The junta will on Monday inaugurate its leader, General Brice Nguema, as the transitional president of the troubled country. But Gabon's main opposition, the Ordinance 2023 coalition, wants the coup leader to declare it as the winner of Saturday's disputed presidential election. President Ali Bongo Ondimba, who was named winner of the poll, was overthrown by soldiers on Wednesday, hours after the country's electoral body declared him re-elected for another term of 7 years. While Bongo's ouster and detention drew international condemnations, the Gabonese took to the street hailing the soldiers for ending the Bongo family's almost 56 years in power. After a meeting of its Peace and Security Council on the situation, the African Union stated that it had decided to suspend the participation of Gabon in all activities of its organs and institutions. The AU noted that the meeting was chaired by its Commissioner for Political Affairs, Bankole Adeoye, and the current holder of the Council's rotating chair, Burundi's Nyamitwe. The swearing-in of General Nguema will take place at the Constitutional Court, according to the junta's spokesman, Colonel Ulrich Manfombi, yesterday. Now, the Niger State Governor, Mohammed Umar Bago, has ordered a waiver for employment of qualified doctors and other healthcare professionals in hospitals across the state. The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Binta Maman, made this known while briefing the media after the State Executive Council meeting in Government House. Maman stated that the state had come to terms with the reality of shortage of healthcare workers that had hindered effective healthcare service delivery in the state, saying that the government was assessing the level of shortage of manpower in various departments in the healthcare sector to know the numbers required. Also speaking, the Commissioner for Industries, Trade and Investment, Aminu Suleiman Takuma, stated that the government was working hard to address the security challenges facing the state with a view to attracting investors, especially those interested in investing in agriculture, to create jobs for the teeming youth. Elsewhere, the Economic Community of West African States, Ecowas, yesterday debunked the transitional proposal for the Republic of Niger as fake. The viral report stated that Nigerian President Bola Tinubu was also, being the head of state of the West Africa bloc ECOWAS, yesterday suggested a 9-month transition back to democracy for Niger's new regime, as Nigeria had done in the 1990s following military rule. But in a communique by the Commission via its X handle, it condemned the report as fake news. The bloc also condemned the report, which was in French language and making rounds on Agence France platforms, as fake as well. While in Akwa Ibom State, the governor there, Umo Eno, has approved the immediate release of the sum of 1 billion naira, which is the first tranche of the state government's donation to augment the palliatives package from the federal government. This is as he also approved the release of 2 billion naira, the second tranche for the payment of gratuities to retired teachers in both state and local government service. Speaking while delivering the news to newsmen on Wednesday, the governor assured that the distribution of palliatives to residents of the state will begin on Monday, September 4, while also reaffirming his commitment to the execution of the One Project per Local Government Area initiative. The governor noted that the gesture was a quick fix to reduce the sufferings caused by the fuel subsidy removal. In business, the National Commissioner of the Nigeria Data Protection Commission, Dr. Vincent Olatunji, has disclosed that the Commission has formed a joint committee with the Central Bank of Nigeria to review the regulation mandating financial institutions to obtain social media handles, among other data of customers. Earlier in June this year, the CBN mandated financial institutions to obtain the social media handles, email addresses, telephone numbers, residential addresses, and more of their customers. This formed part of its new customer due diligence regulations and is in a bid to further deepen the identification process in the banking system. The Apex Bank disclosed this in its Central Bank of Nigeria Customer Due Diligence Regulations 2023 document. The CBN also stated that its new regulation was created to provide additional customer due diligence measures for financial institutions under its regulatory purview. However, the NDPC had kicked against the regulation, describing it as unnecessary. Also, he noted that the Commission is engaging in rigorous sensitization on the Nigeria Data Protection Act and capacity building of data protection officers and Nigerians. Olatunji declared that the country requires over 500,000 certified DPOs because the skill is lacking. Now, in stories outside the shores of Nigeria, a Ukrainian drone attacked a town in the western Russia, which is home to one of the country's biggest nuclear power stations, although there was no damage reported to the plant. Governor Roman Starovoyt disclosed that a Ukrainian drone had damaged the facade of a building in the town of Kochatov, just a few kilometers from the Kursk nuclear power station early today. The Soviet-era Kursk nuclear power station has the same graphite-moderated reactors as the Chernobyl nuclear plant. An explosion and fire at the Chernobyl plant in 1986 in then-Soviet Ukraine was the world's worst nuclear accident, spreading radiation across Europe. Currently, 3 RBMK-1000 reactors in Kursk are operational, with one shut down, according to Russia's State Nuclear Corporation. And that's a wrap on the news update right here on VOP TV. We'd like you to subscribe and engage us on our YouTube channel. It is Voice of the People TV, and on all the social media platforms, it's at VOP TV Live. My name is Esther Wachuku. Thank you for staying with us.